Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Monday, it's the 1st, April 1st, 2024. We have a lot to cover here, so just sit back and relax here. Post-market report. First of all, thank you. Thank you to all of you who step up and support my work on the first of every month, and I do appreciate all of you for that. Anyway, look, with that, let's get back on target here. So, okay, what happened? If you're going to say, well, the stock market fell under pressure, you're looking in the wrong place. It was the debt market yet again. The 10-year yield, I mean, we're talking about a pretty significant sell-off, spike in the 10-year yield. What's that all about? You probably already know, but let's just go over that just real quick right here. We talked about it this morning, all right, when we covered this shocking revelation. Oh, really? You mean inflation continues to rise, even according to the Federal Reserve's favorite, the PCE, their favorite inflation indicator? You mean, according to here, index shows another sharp increase in prices, even though we've been told it was temporary and then it was transitory. But then Janet Yellen, no, Greg, no, I got wrong. Right, Mitch? Thank you. It's incredible, man. But anyway, no accountability. But this is what rocked the debt market today. And the rocking of the debt market, sell off, spike, did put some pressure on the stock market. You know this already. All of you are well versed. I'm very proud to say that in the action or how cash moves through the market. Okay, there was some fear here as well. Did you see the dollar? The relative strength of the dollar kicked up. And the MMRI, the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, it's not looking too pretty right now, is it? 281, 282. Last time I looked at it, something along those lines. But this is it. But I'm going to tell you something. Forget about it. Okay, the Fed is on a fixed path. You all know that. They will be cutting rates. They destroyed the economy, right? It's over here, and we have more to talk about with regard to the economic disaster area that we're in right now. Okay. Economy's in free fall, and that is accelerating. You got the consumer dead and freaking buried here, and the Fed, they got us all by the throat and some other places. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, can't say that word here, but that's what's going on, and that's what did it. James, thank you, I appreciate that. This is what rocked the debt market today, and this was Friday, actually, if you recall, when we got this, when the market was closed. But look, it's this whole thing it's on a knife's edge. But with regard to this market crashing this year, and believe me, I do read the comments. I just don't foresee it happening. We're going to need to talk after the presidential selection happens. So let's move forward with this market. Like I said, I got some other stuff to cover with you here. 10-year yield spiking, dollar. Almost the Dixie's like almost 105. That's pretty interesting here. But again, because we've talked about this for like, I don't know, 1,000 years, it seems. The dollar is going to remain the prettiest belle at the ball until more people die. And I'm talking about tens of thousands of more people die. Now, crude oil today higher on the back of, well, guess what? War. War is expanding in the Middle East. No shock to you, no shock to me. And we haven't seen anything yet with regard to that mechanism of pulling cash into the now. Again, no other endeavor on the planet, off the planet, or anywhere freaking else generates more cash for the military industrial complex, the machine that they grease with our blood and guts, than war. So you can expect that mechanism as the Federal Reserve is tapering back. It's a repo scam. You know what that's all about. We covered it a million times, how the Fed is passing back, at least, it still is to a certain degree, passing back and forth vast amounts of cash between institutions itself and the major banks, trying to trick the system into thinking it's more liquid than it is. So what do? Let's start a war, and let's make sure it goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, just like you and I called from the very, very beginning. There were some prominent people out here who said this would not happen, and without mentioning any names, but you and I knew this would, and we haven't seen anything yet. Cryptocurrencies got hit today. Okay, expect volatility in the space, people. You all know that. It doesn't change a damn thing on my end with regard to where I believe Bitcoin and the other big cryptos, and probably a lot of the smaller ones, are going to eventually go as well, much, much higher. Gold and silver catching a bid today. as well as crude. I told you about that too, but nothing major here. The Dow fell under a little pressure. Thanks, Art. I appreciate that very much. The S&P 500. We're talking about nothing major here, despite the debt market. The Nasdaq was relatively flat. Let us move forward here because we got a few things to talk about. So, and I'm going to show you how fake some of this is. Wow, Christine, thank you. I appreciate that too. So this was a headline from Market Watch: construction spending post bigger than expected drop. Let's see. What do you and I keep our eyes on? Business investment. Okay, it's a major leading indicator. Now, business investment has all but evaporated, and I think we're pretty much on top of that here. Now, construction spending, same kind of a thing here as well. And this is no surprise, but let's take this in. So we find out. So think about what I just said. We got business spending non-existent. We got this headline right here. You can all see it. Now, the propaganda ministry had to feed you a little bit of propaganda today. And I'm going to show you what this looks like in a graph. So, wow, Juliana, thank you. I appreciate that. Look at this. Look at this headline. U.S. manufacturing sector grows for the first time in 1.5 years. This is what it's looked like for the past 1.5 years. And this is what they're all happy about. Oh, it's growing. It's growing. How about no, right, Benjamin? We know this. We all know this. You can't make this up. It's impossible to do. But you see, they want you to believe that this trend is just miraculously going to turn around. Right? V-Dog and Chris, everybody, it's a joke. They think we're too stupid. You see, they think you and I, we don't get it, but we do. So this is just another piece of propaganda. And I'll tell you something. As you and I already know, we covered this a million times. This whole business here of rate cuts, it's going to give a false boost to the economy, just like it did under the last president, the president before him as well. It wasn't real. The environment was fake. Oh, the economy was strong under Obama and under Trump. How about no? It was all easy money, and we're about to get some more too. And it's going to give the illusion again of a strong. It's also going to give a boost to the market. But hold that thought. I want to show you something. I want to read a few things to you. Sassy, thank you. Plymouth. Oh man, I wish Plymouth was still here. They're gone. Can you believe Plymouth is gone? Look, if you subscribe to my free newsletter, and I hope you do, link in description of this video, I send this kind of stuff out all the time. But these are a couple of really important things I want to cover with you guys and girls right now, just real quick. Just have a look at this graph real quick. Oh wow! Oh wow! Let's jump for joy. How about no? Right, Charles? Right, Jeffrey? It's crazy. Anyway, all right. Let's talk about this a little bit here. Why, in my opinion, all right. Now, this is just my opinion, but I want to go over this real quick. Why you need to keep some powder dry right now. Let me read this to you again. This is in your inbox if you subscribe to my newsletter. Lions and friends, as I discussed in the video below, which was the video this morning, the market is now pricing in rate cuts at a rapid pace. Henceforth, why? Harmonair. Wow, thank you. Exactly. I use anti-Cs, by the way. Anyway, so as I discussed in the video from this morning, henceforth why we've seen this epic run up in stocks this year. When you and I nailed that one to the wall, and I love that. I'm proud to say that. Record high. This is the market again thinking, or at least pricing in what the Fed is going to do here. So that's why we've had this series of record highs the last 3 months. All right. Now, with that, pay attention to this part. I firmly believe that when the Fed cuts rates, and they're going to, it is likely to be a sell the news moment. Okay. A sell the news moment. Now, in my opinion, right, Greg? Wow, we got the same name. Thank you. In my opinion, a sell the news moment for my lions out here, or even for my friends, if you're investing or putting work, right, Samuel, money to work in this market, which I still believe you need to, okay, because the selection, it's a different animal. We'll talk about that later on. This is going to be a great opportunity, in my opinion, to add to our long positions, which is what I'm expecting to do here, right, Gene? You know what I'm talking about. Look, nothing makes sense. I get that. This market is rigged to the highest order. I get that. As a matter of fact, we heard from none other than Goldman Sachs today, warning, right, Frank? Warning. Thank you, Frank, about this stock market valuations, which aren't making any sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense in this environment anymore. But again, look back, step back a little bit. What did you and I say? The faster the economy free falls, the higher the stock market's going to go. And that's exactly what's going on here. You need to hear about more about this construction spending and business investment here, and manufacturing falling off of a cliff couldn't be possibly be worse. It's just going to continue this way, on and on and on and on. But again, we got, look, this warning, let me explain this to you in case you don't know. You probably do. When you got a super bank like Goldman Sachs warning about stock market valuations, they have to do this. They have to say, hey, you know what? We warned all of you not to go crazy and not overinvest in any one thing. Now, speaking about overinvestment here, look, I don't do this too often, so pay attention to what I'm about to say. In fact, I got myself into a lot of trouble 2 times. Frank knows what I'm talking about. With the so-called authorities, with talking about specific stocks and positions and trades, which I don't do anymore because of that. I think most of you know that, who's been with me for a while. But I'm going to talk about this Donald J. Trump stock, because when I tell you, see, look, this is what scares me about this kind of stuff. All right, hundreds of questions. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of questions. Greg, should I buy the stock? Greg, should I buy the stock? Greg, should I buy the stock? Greg, I bought the stock. Greg, I'm selling the stock. But so I don't do this too often. But I think in light of what we have seen, Mitch knows what I'm talking about. Me personally, with getting bombarded. Greg, why won't you answer me? Look, people, first of all, I can't answer every question. I think that's pretty obvious. But I don't like talking about this kind of stuff, but I'm going to make an exception with this. So pay attention to this, all right? This stock has gotten completely out of control. And so I'm going to read this to you, and you decide what you want to do with this thing here. There's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon because they're trying to show support to Donald Trump. I'm going to buy his stock. This is emotional buying. People that are doing that doesn't support Donald Trump, but more supports the people. This media company isn't solely owned by him. Your cash that you're putting into this is going to them for the most part. So just think about what you're doing before you do it. And when people get overhyped about something, they generally, it ends badly. This is fear of missing out, and this is hype. A lot of it is. So let me read this to you, and that's all I'm going to talk about. You make your decision after when I read this to you. This is in your inbox if you subscribe to my free newsletter. What you want to do with this particular company, right? Should you buy DJ stock, Trump Media Company stock? Okay. Ticker DJT. Trump Media and Technology Group Corporation, ticker DJT. Lions and Friends, beautiful friends. I have gotten a lot, and when I say a lot here, I'm going to underscore this 1,000 times, of questions regarding DJT Media Company stock, which is currently cratering on the day. It finished down like 20-something percent. All right. So why did this stock crater today? Well, most people got caught off guard and they ended up losing money here. In a regulatory filing today, this company reported a loss of $58.2 million in 2023 on sales of 4.13 million. All right. Now, in light of this, let me go on. In light of this filing, in my opinion, now pay attention to this part, because valuation should matter, okay? And in one day, this is all going to get real. So in light of this filing, again, a $58.2 million loss last year, it is pretty difficult to justify this company's valuation at $7.7 billion. Okay, just do the math. It's kind of out there. Now, however, I go on to say, because of the FOMO, because of the hype behind this, it doesn't mean it's not going to go higher. People always get caught up in these kinds of things over and over and over again, and then they get burned to the ground, and then they wonder why. What happened? What happened to me? People, come on, use your brain. You want to trade this? All right. If you are a trader, I'm going to cut you a little bit of slack here. If you are someone that really knows how to get in and out of this stuff really, really fast, this is probably a great opportunity. You probably made a ton of money shorting this, okay? And probably going to be a rebound. Right, Abe? Thank you. Monthly dues. I love it. But please, please, please be careful with this kind of stuff. I don't want, look, I know a lot of you love this guy, Donald Trump. Okay, this isn't just his company. You have to think of the other freaks that are involved here. And by you buying this company's stock, they're getting richer and richer, and you're probably going to end up losing. Just be careful with this stuff. Like they didn't know this is what was going to happen here. Of course they did. And the smart money got out before this filing today of this pretty significant loss here on a freaking valuation of 7.7 billion. You got to be kidding me, right, Mitch? Mitch, what I'm talking about. Just don't get hurt. Don't buy anything out of emotion. You understand? This is not a game. This is cash that you could have used for something else, maybe to buy gold or silver or commodities or something. This is a joke, in my opinion. It's turned into some kind of a freak show. I wouldn't touch this stuff with a 10-foot pole. Does that help any of you out here? But again, I don't want to get myself in trouble because I have before. So this is in your inbox. Read this. Does it make sense to you? But again, expect volatility, expect FOMO, expect all kinds of nonsense to happen with this. But I hope this helps you because that's my job. My job is to help all of you understand what's going on and, do the right thing. I hope that makes sense to all of you. Anyway, it is a freak show on a grand scale. It's so out of control, people, but in everything here. Anyway, that's where we're at here with this whole thing. Be very careful with this kind of stuff. If you're a trader and you know how to get in and out of this stuff real fast, you're going to make a fortune. There's no doubt about it. But for now, just be real careful, people. Okay, I'm going to just end that right now. Now, we've covered everything here pretty much. I think we got this down. Is there anything specific before I let you go? Because I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush right now. I don't mean to rush anybody, but I got to get on the phone with my tax guy. I owe a lot of money in taxes. But that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. I'm a good boy and I pay my taxes. Anything you guys want to cover here before we get out of here? Yeah, imagine our show. I guess it's a freak show, man. No, the white, whatever your name is, Afghan. I'm not talking to get about that again. That's it. I am done with this. I am done with this. Unless, of course, you want me to get in trouble. You want me to get in trouble? Is that what you want? Look, I've already gotten in trouble twice about doing this. I'm not looking for a third time here. It just ain't happening. All right. But anyway, look, I love all of you guys and girls so much. I really do. Thank you for your support, for your friendship, for your love. And we got each other always, right, Jay Gunn? We got each other's backs. And I'll never let you down. And I hope for those of you, again, you have no idea how many people were angry at me, right, Clever Customers, because I didn't answer them. I don't answer this stuff generally. When you write to me, anyone, about a specific company, I don't write back. And I can't do this stuff. I don't want to do it. So I hope this helps. Anyway, with all this other stuff, no surprise. This whole thing is in free fall and is frankly over in a massive way. All right. But we're going to get out of here. I will see all of you in the morning. I hope you found this enlightening and at least maybe entertaining, or at least or something along those lines. All right. I will see all of you in the morning. Again, thank you all so much. Until tomorrow. Right, Mitch? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you in the morning.